I'm not 100% sure, chat, how long I'll stay on air tonight. I know we like to have a laugh and a wind-up and a joke, etc. on the channel quite frequently. We do. Not a clickbait title tonight. Not Aldari Codex related. I wanted to do a stream tonight, Aldari Codex related, because up until... What time are we on? Up until about an hour ago, I was in still a great mood. And then I got a text message through from my bank saying that there had been a attempted payment taken. And was it me? So I clicked, no, that wasn't me, for near £2,000. And then phoned them immediately. I got the text message through whilst I was having dinner at the table. So when I came in and looked at my phone, I phoned them immediately. Only to find that that was one of many attempted transactions. One of which had gone through for £3,500 out of my business account. So next month could be interesting. The more concerning part about it is the bank had said to me that they had in fact sent me a text message for the £3,500 that had been approved, and apparently had received a reply saying, yes, that was me. Didn't receive said message.
So what? I'm confused. What's happened there? Has someone been able to put a second phone number on your account, or have they somehow rerouted?
Well, I never received the card. I never received the message in the first instance. The likelihood is that they've redirected the message somehow. Oh. Thankfully, one got through, because when they went through the list of attempted transactions, it came to about £13,000 to £14,000 in total that they'd attempt to take within about an hour's period this evening.
I want to call up that restaurant.
Can't wait for Beachhead now.
We googled where, like, the location of the purchase, and it's a sushi restaurant in London.
And the bank confirmed that every transaction has a 4-digit code attached to it, which tells you the type of industry it came from. And the type of industry it came from was food. So.
But you won't let me call the restaurant.
No, I don't think you should call the restaurant, because then they've got your phone number.
Just to say, has a waitress had a table bill that came to £3,500? Because if they're still sat at that table, that card, or however they've just paid, because the physical card you've still got.
I can't think for 1 minute that a sushi restaurant is going to have happily taken £3,500 of payment for a single meal, Lise.
Well, I don't know. It's London.
It's fucking sushi, though, isn't it? I
don't know. It's London waiting, isn't it?
And not only taken a £3,500 payment, but had taken 4 attempted payments at different levels.
These businessmen have to eat, babe. Whether, you know.
So I'm not in a particularly happy place right now. I very nearly cancelled the stream as I had an incredibly nauseous feeling for about 20 minutes. But
I do think anyone would judge you for saying.
I don't know how long I'm going to last. Part of my good community service is please be fucking careful.
But this is it. You were careful. We are careful.
I'm incredibly careful.
For me, the question is the whole text message phone number thing. What has gone on there? Because that's the two-layer authentication thing.
Have you used the card at an ATM? No, it's my business card. I don't use it for anything. I don't understand how it could have been copied. So I'm not particularly happy right now. Roland Bain, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Jill, thank you for the 5.
I know it's not helpful. It is just money.
You weren't
held at knife point. This happened from afar, which I know it still hurts and it's still a trespass. But
it's not just money. It's not just money though. It's not. I don't buy that. It's money taken from my business, which you're all going to laugh at me for, but I worked fucking hard for that money in the first place.
We're not laughing. We know you work hard.
That money is then sat there in my business account to pay for the rent for the studio next month, to pay for the electricity for the studio for next month. I've got to pay the service charge next month. fuck knows how I'm going to pay Joe his extra £500 next month. It's not just money.
Okay, I'll give you that. But you weren't held at knife point. There isn't like a secondary trauma with this.
Visa, I don't know.
The bank are on it. At least you were able to call the bank. You hadn't had your phone stolen or...
It's a World Business Debit MasterCard, I think. I don't know. I'm obviously not going to show it to you, clearly. Yeah. So, I mean, thankfully the bank at least stopped them from taking an extra fucking £8,000. Or whatever it was, more than that.
For me, it's the phone number thing. What's happened there? How have they...
No, I don't like borrowing, Kai. I appreciate it, but Evan, thank you for the 5 gifted. I don't like borrowing. I'll have to work it out somehow, but yeah, so that's my day.
I had a lovely adventure today, chat, if you want to hear about it for some lighter stories. Also, I had my adventure because I had a day that's been going on for about a month now. My day is almost a month long.
Yeah. The tumble dryer that's still broken. It annoys me. It very much annoys me that you've had an engineer out to it twice with a defect, and I took 5 minutes and went, well, that's your problem.
I'm currently playing stress ball with the tumble dryer.
I don't understand how I found it in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's being disingenuous. I think I found it in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe I haven't.
I've had to come up with naming stress because I've not been very good at metabolizing stress, and then I end up leaving it, and it becomes this mammoth issue that if I just dealt with it, it probably would be long gone and yesterday's fish and chip paper by now. So I've called it stress ball. It's probably not helpful to you because your current stress ball is quite a whopper, but if you imagine your stressful thing, and you might laugh at me, but if you imagine your stressful thing as a tennis ball, while you have it on your side of the court, you're not necessarily being productive or proactive. So when you find a route that your stress can go, whether it is calling a tumble dryer man or calling the bank or calling the vet or doing something, you're batting that ball over the other side of the net, and you can only react when the ball comes back to you. So you can't sit on the problem, you can't lament over it because you've sent the ball over, you've done something towards the problem. I've called it stress ball. So you've done your bit, you've called the bank.
I think at the moment I'm just angry.
Yeah, I get that.
Like rage-based anger.
Which is why I want to call the restaurant.
And there's nowhere to point it. Chat have agreed. Don't fucking phone them.
No, I know, but...
Sam says, are the bank going to reimburse you? I mean, everyone's told me yes. Everyone that I've spoke to who's done this before has said yes. But I spoke to the bank, and the transaction that got approved by a text message that I never received is currently pending. They've said that they can't do anything until it's completed. Once it's completed, they're going to conduct a complete investigation. And then I'll find out. They'll tell me what's going to happen. And I was like, oh, so is that when I'll get the money back? And they said, well, we don't know. It depends what the investigation finds. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? It depends what the fucking investigation finds. It's my fucking money.
Oh, that's not brewed enough. Oh, well. Second cup will be better.
So, just fucking angry at the moment, to be honest with you. Angry at the world. I try and see the best in people all the time. I constantly try and see the best in people, in humans. We've talked about this on the stream in the past. And the world throws this at you. You're like, no, humans are cunts. All of them.
I'm still actually shaking. Like, my poor ickle-bickle nervous system. It's not even my money. I think I'm just like, I'm sympathy stressing.
Like, I feel like in this circumstance, the bank should be like, here's the money, we'll investigate it, we'll get it back ourselves.
It will be okay. It will be okay. We're playing stress ball. It will be okay. All we can do is react when the ball comes back to our side of the court. That's it. We've done our bit.
Thank you, Springist, for the 550 memberships. Yeah, you're right, but it doesn't...
Oh my god, Gaz. My stomach was twisted for days when they got a £6,000 credit card in my name. How do they? I don't.
Schooner, thank you for the 10 gifted. I was close to cancelling stream today because I was in a good mood painting away, and then I
playing catch up. I'm sorry this shit has happened to you. I really am.
Thanks, Chris.
Adam says, "You'll definitely get it back. Stop being dramatic." So sweet of you, Adam. So kind.
This sucks that this has happened to you. I hope the bank can sort it quickly and get you the money back.
Adam Jones is about to get this back. Thank you, Ginger, for the 5 as well. So I was gonna cancel stream because I was in a happy mood painting away. I painted the spirits here today for Beachhead and started getting some base coats on some banshees and stuff. And then I was like, no, I should do a stream. I need to do a stream because it's January. The month has been tough and tight anyway. We've recovered most of the YouTube numbers with the exception of revenue at the moment, which is, I mean, like I said, it's January, right? It's tough for everybody. And then this happened, and then I was going to I said to the things, I just put it up and it was like I might actually cancel it straight away. I might do an hour.
Another Adam says, "You have every right to be angry, but if it justifies your worldview, remember one person has stolen from you, but hundreds have given to you. Won't help now, but once you goldfish that memory."
Aaron, thank you for the 10 gifted, man.
That's so nice.
It just enrages me. You know, you try and do a lot of good in the world, and I don't know if we do a lot of good in the world. I try. I think we do some good at least in the world, and we bring people joy and fun and laughter, etc., and a bit of escapism, and the world can be shit. The most important thing I think to take from this, if you can, I think the thing that really gets me about it, the thing that's really getting to me about it is I'm particularly clever, particularly careful. Not clever. Clever's the wrong word. Particularly careful about what I click, what I do, what I trust. So much, and I'd like to think I'm relatively savvy. So much so that the amount of times you've gone, look at this, and I'm like, yeah, don't touch it. That's a scam, and this is why it's a scam.
Yeah.
I haven't clicked anything out of the ordinary. No. I haven't used it anywhere. I haven't put the details in anywhere out of the ordinary. I don't understand. And I think sometimes if I'm in a place where I'm like, okay, I can see actually where that might, I reckon it was that. I've got literally no idea. Literally no idea where or how.
Do companies have to, because somebody's just put on there, it is usually from a data breach, so if your email or phone number was in the database of a company that were hacked, if your password is same or similar, they get in. If a company gets a data breach, do they have to announce it, or do they try and... Because I wonder if it will...
But I also change my passwords frequently as well.
Astartes 2 trailer was insane. Shocked face.
I haven't seen it. Black Mountain 20. Thank you for the 2. Thank you so much, Alex, for the 5. Crucified Justified for the 5. Rolling Bone for the 5 gifted as well. Thank you, people. I appreciate you all. We're gonna try and use the stream to maybe recuperate a bit. Check on have I been pawned, Joe. Scary's business account. That's the thing as well. Like, I don't use it often. It wasn't that YouTube email you opened yesterday on stream. I mean, again, I just opened an email. How are they going to get all my business details from that? Like like it's a card transaction. Wee man, thank you for 20 gifted.
I hope for you, E-Man, that your bank is on it and you get all the text messages that ask you to verify.
I forgot that you were doing hopes for 20. I'm not with it right now.
Oh, my second brew's much better.
It doesn't look better.
It's better.
It looks like puddle water.
Are we ready to hear about my lovely adventure today, or do we still need to talk it out?
I want to kill a person.
Okay, we're still talking it out, chat. We'll wait.
I have to announce it to the Data Protection Office. Have a look at your business insurance. May help sort cover. Fraser, thank you for the 5 gifteds. Thank you for the 5 gifted. You're a legend.
No, they don't have to announce it, but must report it to the ICO. The ICO will then tell the company whether a public announcement is required. Depends on the scale of the company. Okay.
Is your PayPal linked to your business account? Depends which one. We've got 2 PayPals, a business one and a normal one. I think exclamation mark PayPal just goes to generic PayPal, not business PayPal.
Live reaction to Astartes 2 trailer.
Will we get copyright struck for it though? My bank surprised on it. I mean, fair play to NatWest. Although I'm mildly concerned about the fact that the SMS authentication was so easily bypassed. They did stop a lot of money going out. So, you know, it's currently a £3,500 loss, which could have been significantly worse. Actually, it couldn't have been. There wasn't that much in there. Can't take what's not in there, can they?
No, we've just paid the government, so there is not much in there.
Yeah.
Well, whenever you're ready to talk about my jam jar plan, I'm ready. I'm here for it.
Your jam jar plan doesn't help me.
Well, when we get it back,
It still doesn't help me.
then we can talk about the jam jar.
How does that help me pay bills when it's in a jar in a garden?
Because we can go to the place that you pay the bill.
Do you know how many bills I pay?
To the estate agent and go and pay the bill to them directly.
I should file a police report. Yeah, I probably will. I'll probably do an online one after this. Actually, I literally got off the phone. I made the thumbnail, scheduled the stream, went to the toilet, made a cup of tea, came on air. So, are all your other text messages, phone calls working normally? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I've been messaging my brother all day.
When they got the credit card in my name, they didn't get my birthday right. They were a day off. Whoa, where did they get the details from?
Someone said 85 give me.
I reckon it was package. Did the description say snow?
No. No.
Finally someone who can read SCs correctly. PayPal.
Brian reads super chats very well, Lord of Cinder. What did Joe do? I've seen a lot of references to that today. What did Joe do?
What's this? You paid £3,500 for sushi and didn't invite the thins? Jokes aside, fingers and toes crossed, all will be resolved.
Thanks, Sam. You're a legend. Someone also said 75 members in the first 20 minutes. You should get scammed more often. I'm like, I don't think that 75 times 5 is not. Before YouTube's 30% cut isn't quite $3,500 though.
Yes, it's probably not a very healthy brain chemistry to live right up here in the stress ball palladium all the time.
Yeah, the jam jar mystery is killing.
The jam jar mystery is killing me.
We'll do Mr. Will Stewart's hope first, and then Luce can explain her jam jar plan, Adam, and it is shocking, and I would encourage nobody to do this at all, right? Will Stewart, you hero, thank you for 20 gifted memberships.
I hope for you, Will, that you never get scammed.
Didn't you just give that one out to Wee Man?
No, I hoped that his bank were on it.
Oh.
And he reported back that his bank is on it. Mine are pretty good. My bank's probably a touch too nervous, actually.
My only bonus is that every single person in chat who has had this happen, there's two things that I'm taking from this stream that's helping me slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Not just this stream, also the conversation I had with Thames before I went live and the conversation I had with other people before I went live. The two things I'm taking from it is A, it's happened to loads of people because it makes you feel fucking tiny when you.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? It makes you feel that big when you go, what? Like, I'm very careful. How have I been stupid enough to let this happen? But that is how it makes you feel ultimately.
Yeah.
The second thing is, every single person says, "Got it back, got it back, got it back,
really
got
good.
it back."
Very reassuring.
Brave Star says, "Someone steals my identity, my credit rating would probably improve." So, would you like to explain to Adam your jam jar plan? This is not channel-based financial advice.
No, we're not financial advisors.
Sorry to hear you going through a tough time. Always here for you and yours, mate.
The worst thing, I think one of the worst things about this is as well, it does sound overly dramatic. I'm aware it sounds overly dramatic, and I'm aware it sounds quite melodramatic, but my mood lately has been sky high. The last couple of months, including the last week specifically, with the Eldar Codex release, the game I played yesterday. You saw my mood yesterday. I was cloud nine. Fuck, the stream wasn't even produced very well because I was scatty. I hadn't done everything properly. I was too excited about playing my new book. So this is like the best, hobby-wise at least. This is the best mood I've been in forever. I've been thoroughly enjoying content lately. We had a wonderful Christmas. I've started a new football podcast with my brother, which is loads of fun. I'm enjoying the sport, despite the fact that Saints are quite literally the worst team in existence. And then, like, everything's going really well. Everything's really good. Mm-hmm. And then the world goes, nope. See that rug you're on? Gone.
Yeah. If it helps, our brains are designed to have lots of little stresses. It's impossible to live stress-free, and it's not necessarily good for you to live stress-free. If it helps. Having stress, our brains are meant to have stress.
Justin Franklin says, if it helps, I'm an ex-army retard too. Thanks, mate. It's pretty helpful. So yeah, you know.
My lovely brother-in-law's in chat.
Someone said
100% you'll get it back. I had someone do £11,000 last year. All got sorted pretty quickly. Bring on the beachhead beers.
11,000. I mean, again, to be fair, they tried to take like 14 grand.
It's the numbers.
Joining late. Why not call the restaurant? I live in London and I can name many sushi restaurants charging way more than £3,000 for a meal.
So I don't want to. One, it might not be the restaurant's fault.
No, but
Secondly, I think it's dodgy when there's 3 to 4 different transactions attempted in the same restaurant for wildly different amounts. That's suspicious.
yeah.
At that point, I then think the restaurant is potentially compliant. If the restaurant if it's even a restaurant, is potentially compliant at that point, I don't want to talk to them. I'll let the bank do their work, and I'll let the police do their work. At which point, as much as what I want to do is drive to London and kill a man, we have the fraud team at the bank and we have the police. Let them do their work. They took 20 grand off of Grimdark Marklet.
God. Is it me or have the amounts just skyrocketed to thousands and thousands of pounds?
How many stormtroopers does it take to change a light bulb? None. They are all in the dark side.
Will, thank you for 50 gifted, man. Will needs another hope.
You can do a 50s hope.
Perhaps something that's not fraud related.
You can do a 50s hope.
Will, stop it now.
Give you something to do. Thanks, Will Stewart, for the hat trick. Flying dog alert.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Will, thank you for 100 gifted, man. Well, 120 strictly. Fucking lunatic.
I don't know if we've just been untouched by it until now, but were the fraud amounts always this high?
Well,
or
the thing is as well is
really bolshy now?
the ones that you always hear about in the news are the ones where they don't get it back. But to be fair, normally they've been like withdrawn it and given it to someone or whatever.
Oh. And now there's something called shoulder surfing as well. So if you're on your mobile banking app on your phone and you have to put in a passcode because you don't have face recognition, you got to be careful that somebody's not looking over your shoulder watching what you put in.
Damn sorry that happened. After the DMV here in Oregon got hacked, we froze our credit, and I always turn off Bluetooth when I'm out in public. Too many ways for phone info to get hacked via Bluetooth. Oh, I got to see my baby.
Aww.
It was moving a lot.
Amazing, Mandy. That's good news. How do they hack via Bluetooth? I don't even think about turning Bluetooth off.
I've been told not to use Wi-Fi in places like coffee shops. Stick to your own mobile phone.
Kev says, calling the restaurant might tip off the culprit. Hopefully they catch the bastards. Like I said, they took 3,500. They also tried to take 4,500, 1,500 and 1,950. So they tried to take more. They tried to take like £13,000 worth. So it just annoys me. I've got people and things I'm responsible for, right? So and it's just, I do sometimes sit there when you watch the news and there's people that have been scammed by something, and I think, how did you fall for that? Come on, with the information that's out there, how did you fall for that? The shame of it is, what they did at that point, normally always, is they trusted another person. That's all they did.
Well, I fell for the Lego one.
I know you did, yeah. Thankfully, we caught that one very quickly.
With the Lego one, the website layout was exactly the same when you clicked on the buttons.
This is why all my monies go to minis. Can't steal what isn't there. Hope it's sorted fast. Only one that ever stole from me was a friend. That sucked.
Yeah, that would suck, to be fair. Friends stealing from you.
Yeah, so the Lego website was exactly the same on this site.
Bluetooth is very insecure. Look it up. Anyone within Bluetooth range that knows what they are doing can get into your phone really easily. Terry's videos showing how easy it is. No skill needed.
That is terrifying.
Ash, it was exactly 3,500. It's 3,500. That's what they took from me today. That's what's been stolen from me today. Well, strictly it's been stolen from my business, but by proxy, me, because I'm the one that owns my business. Not knowing how they got you is far worse than the fact that you were got. That's the thing that concerns me, because I'm like, if, like, it would suck anyway. It would suck no matter what. But if I knew exactly what had happened and how it happened, well, I can change my behaviour if I need to.
Jam jar.
But I'm the, dare I say this, after the fact that I've just been scammed, I'm the tech and internet savvy one out of the four of us.
Yep.
I'm not going to, someone also said which restaurant is it in London. I'm not going to share the name. I think my personal opinion is that they are complicit and they know what's going on. I'm not going to share the name. I don't want people going over there. I don't want people asking questions and causing issues. I want to let the bank and the police do their job. That's what they're there for. This is why we can't have nice things. Yeah, exactly. But this is the point, right? The thing is with most scammers in the world in general is all they did at some point was trust someone. And I've been talking to this Nigerian prince for at least the last 2 months.
Hey, he's my prince. He's coming for me. He probably just got lost on the country roads and the roadwork diversions and how our regional accents changed, so he's struggling to ask for directions. That's all that's happened. He is coming for me. He told me so.
Yeah. So I don't typically carry my cards anyway. I keep all my keys in this house in Faraday cages. They live in Faraday cages, so people can't hack my car or whatever. But yeah. Hey. Yeah, it's annoying. It's upsetting. I was in such a positive mood, and I now have to,
Please don't forget to ask us for help if it gets to a crunch. #note account.
No, it's not. That's not what you're there for, Alan. That's not what this is about.
Heaven help us if they hack Joe's etch sketch.
This is more about. Please, people, look after yourselves. This is what the stream's about. Look after yourselves. I legitimately have sat here, arrogantly, ignorantly thinking they won't get me. I'm too careful. And they got me, for quite the sum.
Are you going to ask the bank about the whole phone number text message thing?
I need them. Well, they're going to do the investigation on it. I'm going to need them to tell me how the fuck that happened.
Yeah.
And if that is something that is possible to happen, I'm going to ask them if they can get rid of that and just use the app as my authentication, where it needs to scan my face.
Yeah. You don't have that.
I do have that. I do. When I went to log into my online banking, when I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" I was on hold with the bank, and I put a PIN in. I then have to put a password in. I then have to put... No, that's a lie. I have to put in a customer number. Then I have to put in digit 1 and digit 4 of a PIN. And then digit 1 and digit 9 of a fucking password. And then once I've done that, it sends a notification to my app. I open my app. It scans my face. I blink. I then click a...
You blink?
Yeah, you have to blink to take the photo on your face recognition. So you put your face in frame and you blink and it takes the photo because it recognises that you've blinked.
That's clever.
And then once I've done all that, it then cool, you're into your banking now.
Mine doesn't ask me to blink.
Just to get into my banking. So just to look at my bank at that point, I had to do all those things. You want to spend $3,500? Just reply with a Y.
Buy you a pint on Saturday. I'll pay with cash.
Thanks, Rambo. And thank you, Star, for 20 gifted. Stop it though, people. Now it's too generous. It's fine. I'm sure it'll be okay. We all think we are careful enough until we are not. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Kai. I got. And now I'm going to have to get to a point where I need to pull myself back into a good mood tomorrow.
The worst I had was when cowboy builders strung my grandma along with unneeded repairs done badly for months soon after my grandfather and uncle had passed. The police said they used obituaries to target people.
Jesus Christ. What? Imagine using an obituary to go and target someone. Well, this is the other part of the problem today. People that, repairs done badly. I know it's not quite the same. It's nowhere near as horrific, Will. But we have a tumble dryer. I'm sure most of you know what a tumble dryer is. If you don't know what it is, it's a appliance.
Are we getting onto my adventure?
It's an appliance that lives in your kitchen or your utility room or wherever, where you put your wet clothes in it and it comes out dry. Hence it's called a tumble dryer.
Not ours.
And ours was defective about a month ago, and so we called a repair person out to repair it, who came and looked at it and went, "You need this part," which I haven't got. Of course I haven't got, because why would I have it?
I'd like to know why all these tradesmen drive around in vans if they don't have any of the
parts.
parts.
No parts, yeah. So he ordered the part. The part turned up about just over a week ago or something, 2 weeks ago. He fitted the part. The second we turned the tumble dryer on after fitting the part, it pissed water everywhere, which is concerning from a dryer. So he then came back on, what day was it? Tuesday. Yesterday, after we said you've not fixed it, there's an error code and it's pissing water everywhere. Took it apart again. Oh yeah, I see what the issue is. That's the issue. I've solved the issue. Put it all back together. Jobs are good, and off I go. And then we used tumble dryer yesterday evening. When I got home, guess what? It pissed all over the floor all over again. So now we've called them the third time to come and repair a tumble dryer that he has yet managed to repair, which has been defective for nearly a month now. Job's worth, dickhead.
He himself is not a dickhead. He was very lovely. I'm just wondering if our brand of tumble is either notorious for being really tricky to fix, and once it's broken, it's just perpetually broken in some way. Or is he out of his depth and doesn't know how to say, "I have actually broken your tumble, and I'm really sorry."
Tal Melissa says, "Why'd you keep the dryer in the kitchen? There's a laundry room for that." We're not that posh. We have a laundry room.
No, a lot of British homes don't have laundry rooms.
I think he doesn't know what's wrong with it. I think he doesn't know what's wrong with it. He doesn't know how to fix it.
Yeah.
Because the other thing as well is,
nice man.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. But the other problem is these people that work for these companies, they're not actually engineers nowadays. They're fitters. Part out, part in. So when you actually have to diagnose a fault, half of them can't do it. Star Pilot did say that she gifted the 20 specifically because she wanted a loose hope.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Star. I hope for you. What do I hope for Sam? Now I've met Sam, what do I hope for Sam?
I lost 27k today. The thieving sods at the HMRC took it as I was crying. I really hoped I could clear it, sadly no.
Thanks, Kai, for the 10. I also, thankfully, this morning paid my tax bill before this has happened.
Are you allowed to Klarna?
No,
a HMRC
no. That's why I said
bill?
I hoped I could clear it. Sadly, no. No, you can't, no. I'm at least happy I don't owe the taxman anything whilst this is going on. I'm sure if I said to HMRC I had the money, but it's been scammed, it's under investigation, they'd probably give me some grace. I don't know, because they're HMRC, they're fucking evil bastards.
I don't think they would. I think they'd say,
I don't know.
You should have been preparing your bill. We give you lots of time. You should have been preparing it.
Is it a condenser dryer? Yes. Sounds like the line that takes the water from the condenser to the waste tank is over split or has come off. No. Those lines are fine. I've tested them. What I did today is I took it apart a bit. What it looks like is happening, Sam, is it looks like the impeller on the water pump that takes the water from the tray at the bottom after it's gone through the filter up to the condenser at the top is actually not an impeller currently and is in fact a propeller, because when I took it out of the tumble dryer bit where it sits and I stuck it in the dog bowl, it blew the water around the dog bowl and I'm like, well, that's probably why it's not sucking anything up, because actually instead it's...
Yeah.
So that's what I think's going on, but I'm not sure. Do you think they grabbed your info from the taxman? I very much doubt it, because they've scammed my business account and I paid for my my personal tax liability with my personal account. So no, I don't think they've taken it from the taxman. Is it Pacifica that came out to repair your tumble dryer?
No.
No, okay. I don't know. Lucy's organised it. Again, the thing that makes this the strangest, chat, legitimately the thing that makes this the strangest is it's not my personal card.
Oh, we're back onto you.
There's all kinds of weird and wonderful things I buy on my personal card, whether it's like resin printed flight stands for things from a random company I've never heard of. I normally buy these sorts of things via PayPal for buyer protection because I try and be very careful. There's all kinds of random shit I buy with my personal cards, but this is business. This is a business thing. This is why it's so strange that it's happened. Proxy, thank you for becoming a Hasiatir.
The night shift thanes will work twice as hard to make tomorrow morning a good start. It will be full of elves. # no to cult.
No to cult. He doesn't like to say not a cult. So yeah, so Tumble Dryer Man has continued to bugger our tumble dryer. We currently don't have a tumble dryer, which makes it very difficult for us to wash and dry things in England in January.
Which is why...
Luce went on an adventure.
To the laundrette. I've never been to a laundrette before.
Honestly, chat.
Put my pound coin in the world's biggest tumble dryer.
At the weekend, when we were out for Lucy's birthday, Brom and his wife joined us, and his wife has now got into knitting.
Yay!
So between that club that's forming and travelling to the laundrette, I think Lucy was born in the 1940s. I think she was born in the 1940s, I'll be honest.
I made a laundrette friend. And we waved at each other as I went home.
Yep.
Great fun. There's
a reason when we go out I make you walk 10 steps behind me.
It's so cosy in the laundrette.
I'm sure it is, yeah. Everything just kicking out heat.
Yeah.
Well, there was a thing on the news, wasn't there, after they turned off all these winter fuel payments that people were going to go sit in the laundrettes?
Oh, really?
Apparently so, yeah.
I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I was thinking about getting... You know when you're at a tournament for a long time and you have those stools that are also a stick? It's like a little stick with a little seat on it and you just sort of lean on it.
No, I know. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but I haven't seen them at tournaments.
Because I want to leave the chairs for the laundrette people who are taking bags and bags and bags with them, so they want to sit down for a minute. I've only taken the one bag, and I live like 10 minutes down the road, so I just take my seat stick, my sticky seat.
Just sticky seat. Because Liam is running a sole trade. It's personal tax rather than company. No, I have to pay both, Ash. I have to pay both. I have to pay corporation tax on my business. It's not sole trader, it's a limited company. I have to pay corporation tax on my business, and then any income that I pay myself, I have to, if I pay myself any form of dividend, for example, which on occasion can be more tax efficient than income. Than actual
if it helps make you happy, I'll shit my pants on stream tomorrow for you.
Well, what about doing something different to usual, Joe?
Joe, if it's not at the side of the road holding on to the passenger door of your car, did it even happen?
I stand next to you frequently on stream, and I can confirm in front of chat that it's very common for him to shit himself on stream. There is a pungent aroma that forms behind that table during a normal game with Joe.
There's a hot take from Demogorgon.
What's that?
Liam took Luce to the laundrette for her birthday.
She'd probably like it, Kev. She'd probably like it. Sorry to hear about the scam. Seems like scamming identity theft becomes ever more sophisticated. If you want to feel better, you should check out this Artist 2 teaser if you haven't already. I will. I'll look at it in a minute. We'll give it a couple of minutes and I'll put it on stream. I was going to do half an hour to an hour. You people have been incredibly generous. Thank you. I've also seen a couple of things pop up from people that have typed !PayPal, click the link and actually sent some money. You don't need to do that. That's just there's like 3 of you already that have done that. You absolutely don't need to do that, but thank you.
I have a hope for you, Sam. I hope that your laundrette is as friendly to you as mine was to me. And you make a laundrette friend. And you wave to each other through the window as you go home.
They still have laundrettes in the US?
I think so. Although what I don't understand is, when I lived in the inner city of Cov, no laundrettes. And you think having a really concentrated population, there'd be a few. But out here in the sticks, you have a laundrette that's actually doing really well.
I don't know, because I would assume it would be this way round.
Really?
Yeah. What happens to anything in any city centre nowadays?
Nowadays, though, but not like 15, 20 years ago.
Even then, it just becomes a place where people get beaten up or youths hang out.
Oh my God, it was 20 years ago.
I know, yeah.
Ugh.
So old now. We definitely have them in the US. I thought you would, yeah. Luce doesn't need a new laptop. She's a typewriter, 100%. She'd fucking love a typewriter, Edward, I'll be honest.
Clicking.
I would hate it. Luce is that one person where you're sat in bed in the morning having a cup of coffee on like a Saturday morning when you don't have to get out of bed earlier, and she's like, I'm going to text my dad. And she's the one person that leaves the clicking on her phone and leaves it on loud while she's sat next to you, and you're like I want to fucking... Our local Morrison's has a laundrette in the car park.
Ooh.
Ours has a dry cleaners.
Yeah, is it Timpson's?
Yeah.
Yeah, not a dry cleaners, an actual laundrette.
What, Timpson's?
No, the one I went to was a laundrette, not a...
Hope it makes you smile, but my dad knocked one of the builders out. He and the cops confronted them and the officers said they didn't see anything. He must have fallen.
That's fucking great. That's amazing. Mandy says some might even have arcade machines to keep the kids busy.
That's a great idea. Because you've got your pound coins. Did you know £1 coin gets you 8 minutes of tumble dryer goodness? 8 minutes! And it was dry. They're these huge 16 kilogram. I could fit in one. I'm going to see if she'll let me get in one next time. Just to prove, yep, you can get a 36-year-old woman in the tumble dryer.
Joe says when he lived in Warminster, he would use the laundrette on a weekly basis for a whole year. Used to time it for when an old lady would go with her dog every week.
Aww.
You're so creepy, Joe. Which one were you trying to pet? The old lady or the dog? Because you never know with Joe. My mum's local laundrette is outside, attached to the local petrol station. It's weird. The world's weird, isn't it? I know what we need to this. I know what we need to attach to this petrol station.
A laundrette.
Washing machines. Often you stop, you get fuel. You're like, I'm glad I got that laundry in the car. Why are we laundering Luce? Because she's dirty.
This is it, Gaz. It's a massive tumble dryer. You don't need to be flexible. I could probably crawl in, turn around, and crawl back out. It's so big.
I think you'd probably crawl in and get stuck.
I'd probably get stuck on the turnaround. I might have to back out.
I was walking down the road and a guy jumps out from behind a rock and says for 6.5k you can have a bowl of sushi. I said no mate, I prefer something in a sweet and sour trillium. He loves sushi too soon.
Fuck off, guys. Those jokes already started in Thanes as well. So what we're going to be doing tonight from now on is we're going to be selling weekend meetups with Joe for £3,500. Right? So if you ! PayPal, click the button and just donate 3,500. We won't do it for an official crowdfunding site so that you can see how much is actually being raised and what it's going towards. We're just going to say send it to me randomly. You can pick a shit hotel somewhere locally. You get to play a game with Joe, have a conversation with Paddy where you'll feel like your intelligence is increased because he talks posh, doesn't he?
When I was 12, I had a fat friend who got stuck in our dryer. Says Sir Stromming Fish.
Excuse me. What was he doing in your dryer? It's just a bunch of washing machines in the car park. Rock up with your load, pay the contactless, and just leave it run while you go shopping. No.
There's no contactless.
No.
It's pound coins, shiny pound coins.
No. I don't trust people. There's no way I'm leaving my laundry in a washing machine whilst I go shopping. I don't like leaving my car to be cleaned and go shopping. I like to stand there and watch them like this.
I left the tumble dryer to go and take Emmy to the vet for 5 minutes. I said to her...
No.
I said to her, do you prefer people stay with their pants or can I go to the vets? And she was like, no, you can go to the vets. Hardly anyone stays. Okay, see you in a minute.
Is the meetups in a lay-by? Yes, Carl, but you want to be getting out driver's side. Tempted to send their 3.5k just to see if you fill that offer. I'm sure I can convince Joe to play a game with you and Paddy to have a conversation with you and put you up in a hotel for $3,500, Gaz, to be honest with you. Speaking to Paddy at Hellstorm made me feel properly southern and proper. Yes.
Paddy's very posh. Posh Paddy.
Who doesn't like airing their dirty laundry in public? No. Not me. Not this call sign.
We were dumb 12-year-olds taking turns in the dryer. He had the misfortune of being too fat and got stuck. Aww. The stuff you get up to when you're 12.
I don't have words.
Did you have to rub butter around the seal and then just hoik him out?
Does napkins or toilet rolls come with the ticket? Yes. Whichever one you want. Whichever one you prefer.
I thought loose new was loose retelling the news not becoming it. 36-year-old influencer gets stuck in tumble dryer.
That would be some news. We don't have a news. Although now... So did I tell you that they do the news in Thames at 6 o'clock in the evening and 6 o'clock in the morning? I told you just before.
No.
If you're in the Thanes WhatsApp chat, there's two people that do the news. Alex, I think it is, does the news in the daytime, and Aaron does the news in the nighttime because he's in Australia, you see.
Ah.
And what they do...
What did the sushi say to the bee? Wasabi?
Did you...
No, I don't get that. Kai, that's too clever for me.
So what happens is at 6 p.m, Alex puts a post in the Thanes group that summarises everything that's been talked about in the last 12 hours.
What, in the news?
No, in Thanes.
Oh,
no one cares about the real world.
That's so cool.
No one cares about the real world. So if you haven't caught up with the day's things, you can read Alex's news at 6, and it will summarise everything that's been talked about in the day. Right? If, however, and he timestamps it as well. Hang on. Well, there's a lot of messages in there, so I don't know if I'll be able to find it. I'm going to show you now. I won't show you, chat, because I don't want people that are in Thanes to have their stuff. So you see this here?
Yeah, that's the news.
That's him summarising the news.
Oh my god.
Right, with timestamps all the way through. So it says the night report, 6 a.m, and then it carries on, right? And it says about all the different things that have happened. And Aaron, who's in...
Hopeful the investigation will refund mate. You've probably already done so, but we always assume all other important passwords have been compromised.
Yeah, I'll probably change them. I change them all frequently, and I probably need to change even more over again. So he does this at 6 p.m. and then Aaron, who's in Australia, was like, "That's a nice idea. I'm gonna do it at 6 a.m." because he's up whilst we're asleep. So at 6 o'clock in the morning, he puts the news in. So when the Thanes wake up, they can see what the Americans and Australians are talking about all through the night.
How long does that take you both?
I don't know. But what happens before every single news bulletin comes in, you'll see a little media player right there. And I don't know how long this has been going, but I hadn't clicked it until this evening's one. And when you click it now, it goes...
It's just so kind and soft on the ears. It's 6 in the morning.
That's what happens. They literally use it as the news bulletin now.
Mordy says it's mostly Liam loves owls a lot these days.
It is actually mostly that nowadays as well. It is. Just tuned in. So does your bank have a protection reimbursement policy? I hope so. I've also got. I'm not doing it now because I had to come straight on the stream and try and recoup some of the losses. I also have business insurance. So I need to have a look at my business insurance and see what that says.
Alex says it takes all day. He takes notes throughout the day. Oh my god, that's amazing.
It's mental.
That is amazing.
It's mental though. Like they're like this long each time.
You have managed to attract the loveliest people.
Oh, I know that. That's not ever in doubt.
You should bottle it so that you can keep the loveliness
what we do,
and ever and ever.
So what we do on the channel in general is once we finally hook them in. That's me hooking you in, by the way. You probably can tell that I'm not normally a fisherman. Once we've hooked them in, we treat them to what I think some of the greatest content on YouTube. Both with the lovely family feel we have here and the direct contact with Brian reading your messages to us, etc. And our little loose facts part and loose news part and best chat parts and all that kind of stuff.
Are we doing loose news tonight? Or
no,
are
we're past that moment. No.
Okay.
News is scammers are cunts. There you go, done it.
Bum, 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 bum.
That's going to get clipped now.
Scammers are cunts.
Yeah. So we do that, and then with the games, they go, this is wildly unprofessional with the way they're speaking and the way Joe's producing, etc. But once they've got used to the way that we do streams, the relaxed nature, the garage hammer, the banter, the 4K cameras, the multiple camera angles, etc., they go to watch a different channel and they go, it's not the same.
I feel like settling into us is a bit jarring.
Yeah.
And then
what we do with
eventually
they get to a point where they're like, I'm going to dip my toe in Thanes. And then once they're in Thanes, they're essentially bottled at that point.
Yeah.
We go, lid on.
Yeah.
You're trapped now.
You're never leaving.
And the amount of people that take a break from Thanes because it's not cheap, and then they eventually, when they can, come straight back and we're like, I miss this place. Happens quite a lot.
Well, when you find your tribe,
your vibe attracts your tribe.
Yeah, it makes a difference.
Yeah.
To be amongst people who are your people, and sometimes you find them completely by accident.
When we make the channel content, it was very much a case of I wanted to create shit that I wanted to watch because what I wanted to watch didn't exist anywhere. And whenever I make, I want to bring back. I want to bring back review-based content, right? And I don't know how to do it at the moment because and the reason why I want to bring back review-based content is because over the course of the last 2.5 weeks, with both of the new codexes that have come out, I've tried to go and find other review-based content because they're both codexes that I love. So I'm very interested to hear other people's perspectives and points of views on these particular books. So I was like, I'll go watch some review content. I don't normally watch hobby content. And I came to realise it's all shit. And I was like, I now want to make review content again because everything else is shit. And I want to make something that I would watch. So the Vibe and Tribe thing is very true because what we try and do is I don't want to copy the latest YouTube fad. I don't want to copy other people's content necessarily unless I think it's good. I try and make content that I would want to watch or want to engage with, and I try and create a community that is I've joined many channels in the past, memberships and stuff like that, who've promised things like chats and Discord servers and etc. And you join it, and the creator doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And what they do is they shepherd you into a space where they're like, yeah, go and talk to other people that become members, but we're not going to bother really talking to you at all. I'm very active in Thanes.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't want to create that same kind of space. I'm a little bit active in Discord. Discord's significantly harder because of the thousands of people that are in it. But, you know.
Bobbing rastards.
Neil, that is unacceptable. Stop it.
That is unacceptable. Jesus fucking Christ, Neil. Thank you, mate. That's mad.
Oh, I like Rob's name. Rob Leclerc.
Leclerc. Thank you, Rob, for becoming a Hesed member. What a legend. Jesus Christ, Neil. Any advance on Neil?
By far After Dark is my favourite.
I like After Dark. I like After Dark.
Oh, Ian, if you're the one that won the dice, I sent you today.
Neil, thank you so much, man. That's mad. What a legend. What a legend. You and Will, I mean everybody actually who gifts and donates all the time are incredible people. Will says, I'm not active in Thanes, but I stalk every one of you lovely people. Good, so you should.
Hot takes and burning questions. 10 minutes hot takes review and then postcards for direct Q&A.
The thing is, I think that it needs to be pre-recorded for me to get it up at 10 every Saturday, maybe. But it's not. I'm not against the concept.
Oh, wrong Ian. Ian, if you're out there, I sent your dice off today.
Well,
Enjoy
he's
your
in
dice.
chat. It says wrong Ian. That was me. So we got there eventually, Luce.
Oh, on a personal hobby note, I'm almost done painting the DG Army I won from Scamrack. 106 models in 18 days if I make it before the end of the month.
Thanks, Mandy.
Got to love the loose fact.
There's many of them. I painted a model today, Mandy. I'm going to show you. I painted this little chap today, innit? You can't really see. But you can see that it's painted. He's all done today. 20 gems. 20 gems on a model this size.
Did you do the shiny thing that you did on the one that you're going to enter for a competition?
Yeah, on 20 of them.
So you are entering it for a competition?
No.
Babe, you should.
No, it's not good enough.
It is.
It isn't.
You should. I will invent a competition just so you can enter it.
Kind of defeats the purpose.
You might not win.
Edward, thank you for the one gifted.
Imagine that. If I invent a competition you can partake in and you end up not winning.
Yeah, so he's not good enough. He's not good enough.
He is. I think he is. You should enter him. Do you know who would give you a good gauge if he's good enough? Is Waller.
Oh no, I'm not fucking showing him. Jesus Christ.
Why? He's a friend. He won't be hard.
Because he'd say to me, do you want me to, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to just to talk to you about the model? Or do you want me to talk to you about the models if you're going to enter it into like a Golden Demon painting competition? And I'd say the latter, because that's why we're asking him. And then he'd fucking tear it apart. There's far too many mistakes on it.
Well, you don't like. Why do people do that? If I said to somebody, if I excelled in a field of something, and somebody said, "Can you help me? I want to enter this thing in. Can you help me?" I wouldn't then tear it apart.
Well,
Bought my brother the Silent King for his day. Super jealous of that model.
It's a beautiful model, Will. The thing is,
Second hat trick.
the thing is, if you're gonna ask for someone to critique something because you're gonna enter one of the hardest painting competitions that occurs globally, for example, then you don't want him to go, yeah, it's great, mate, put it in. If there's loads of issues with it, if it's in fact great, then fine. But if there's loads of issues with it, which for that there will be,
You can raise issues without tearing something apart.
oh, you know what I mean, though. He's not going to be like, it's fucking dog shit, you're a shit painter, you should never fucking paint, because he's a friend of mine. Of course he's not going to wrap it that way, is he?
I hope not.
Jesus.
Here's you demonising Waller. I won't
I
have it.
haven't!
I won't have it.
You're the one demonising him!
I won't have it, babe.
That's got no water in it, so it won't
No,
pour
I
into
know.
the cup. Are you about to try and drink?
I've drunk all my tea.
You almost just drank a make-believe cup. Then I watched you do that.
stress
I watched
drinking.
you pour the pot that's empty and then pick the cup up. And like nothing went into the cup, Lise. I don't know what you're
stress
doing.
Drinking tea.
I don't know what
This
you're
is
doing
a very
there.
Stressful day.
Will, thank you for the 5, by the way. The Silent King is a beautiful model. It is 100% without doubt. It's like being good at tennis and asking if you to win Wimbledon. Exactly, Brave Star. See, he gets it. He gets it. But yeah, I did that today. I wanted to finish painting my Wraith Lord as well. Hopefully for tomorrow, but I'm not going to get it done now.
Dempsey versus Warhister. When?
Warhister? I don't know. Whenever we get together again sometime soon. I miss Josh. I love Josh. But our lives have been a bit busy lately. I'm sure I'll speak to him at some point soon. The problem is he doesn't really play 40k, and at the moment I don't really want to play AOS. So... at the moment I'm on mad 40k hype, and Josh is major AOS and Middle Earth. So I'm not entirely sure. Yeah. Excuse me, I'm suddenly so tired.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah.
Well, that's because during that very stressful moment, whilst all your like systems are off in their stress settings, if you like, you're having to navigate the situation logically, which kind of goes against a stress response, which is really hard work. And now your brain has caught up with that you're in a safe environment and you've played stress ball. Now you're coming over all tired.
I've suddenly gone really tired. My eyes have gone tired. That's better. I can read it now. 40k versus AS would be a fun mix-up. I don't think it would be. Mr. the Posh Joe's doing a guard army right now. Is he? Oh, I've seen that on Instagram, actually. I've seen him painting that stuff. Have both beaten the Middle Earth. Well, we are potentially taking delivery of the Middle Earth stuff in the box set quite soon. At which point, Joe and I are going to try and learn it. I must admit, Liam looks more cuter. Oh, thanks, Liam. All I want to do was look cuter to you. I'd like to see Liam do a Necromunda game. I have no real desire to do Necromunda, I'll be honest. Do you think Eldar are the perfect design style for 10th? As Games Workshop seem to be trying to make every army mimic they Eldar. What do you mean, mate? What do you mean every army trying to mimic Eldar?
Your eyes are the same colour today.
Do you reckon?
Jarl's only giveaway drawn in under 2 hours. Get in while you can. Although I have called dibs this month already.
Actually, is it all yours,
Smiley
Lucinda?
face.
You called dibs already, have you? Okay, well, there's no point entering then, is there? In the Jarls. To be fair, thank you though so much for the $5, man, and thank you for the 5 gifted as well, you legend. I'm feeling a little calmer now.
Good.
I'm not feeling good about it, but I'm feeling calmer. Thank you, Lord Cinder, for the 5 gifted memberships. What does that say? 224. 229. wonderful humans. I look intelligent. It's all a look. It's all an act. Love you guys and Tabletop Titans. Keep up the awesome content. Thanks, Rob. The chocolate.
Rob the chocolate.
Chocolate Leclerc.
Oh. Ah. Very nice.
Rob, Paul, thank you for the gifted man. What legend.
Babe, it's nearly February.
I know. Which means nearly February's bills are all coming in. So. Drew's trying to be sniped as well, chat, by the way. Time for Starties 2. I can look at Starties 2 now with you people. Is it on YouTube? Is it Starties 2 on YouTube, chat? It is, yeah. Right, let's mute Vinny's music. Just for a moment. Shush, Vinny.
What are we watching?
They start the newer Starties 2 trailer.
Oh.
Screen share. Oh, hang on. Did I make sure that the desktop audio is coming out as well? Yeah, desktop audio is coming out. Right, okay. Are we ready, chat? Awesome Warhammer community. Right, let's see if this is any good. Where's my volume? Volume's up.
Necromunda is cute but basically RPG with extra steps. Shadow Wars, Armageddon however is my new favorite alternative to 40k, Trino PR just couldn't.
I mean, it's graphically impressive, but it's just standard Space Marine bollocks, isn't it?
Why have some of them got capes?
Because capes make you more fancy.
They just get in the way, surely.
Yeah, but you look more fancy.
Okay.
Thank you, Plague Shadows, for the 10 gifted memberships. Did anyone manage to snipe the person who wanted to be sniped yet? Drew. Did Drew get... Drew didn't get sniped. Yeah, it's right, the animations are very good. That's coming from a person who doesn't really like anything animated anyway. I much prefer live action, right? And I've said this millions of times before. I just much prefer live action. My issue with the first Astartes series is, as impressive as it was, this was just, here's a load of fancy graphics. Done. Like, I want a story with voice acting, and I don't know, I'm just not really bothered by it. And then it's like, here's Tyranids just being flat murdered by Space Marines. And here's Tau just being flat murdered by Space Marines. I'm like, oh, I'm a bit bored of Space Marines walk around, kill everything, done. You know what I mean?
For the sexy beast in glasses.
Thank you, Lord Cinder.
Thanks for the hat trick.
You lot set the dog off tonight, honestly.
Flying dog.
So in terms of what it looks like, it is impressive. It is impressive. But I'm just not bothered by it. It's the same as like the animation that was on Amazon recently. I was so excited for it. I watched it. I was like, it's just a bit. There's only so many. The thing is, when Astartes first came out, it was fucking incredible. It was so good. And now it's just the same repeated everywhere. Loads of super crisp, super high quality animations. Space Marines kill everything, done. Alright, cool. We get it. And then and the other thing that annoys me about it is it's just more fucking Space Marines again. So I'm not sure that was the reaction that you all wanted during it. I'm sure you wanted me to go, I'm just not really bothered by it. It also doesn't help, it's caught me in a bad mood. But the Space Elves animation and Warhammer Plus is more your cup of tea. I haven't seen it yet. But if it's animation, I'll be honest with you, Kev, Space Elves or not, that could have been the exact same, right? And instead of Space Marines, that could be the exact same, and they could replace all the things that were doing all the killing with Eldar, and I'd be like, it's an animation.
Was that not an animation just now?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd have been like, it's an animation, don't really care. Don't really care. When it's like, even when you guys watch films, right, and programs and stuff, you don't just want action, everything dies, done. You need some context, you need some story, you need some depth.
If you're going to be getting the painted Mesbug models back soon, shall I bring the Helm's Deep terrain to Beachhead if you will have space to take it back?
I mean, I can make sure my boot is essentially empty, but I don't know. My hotel isn't very close. I think my hotel's close enough that I might be walking to the venue, though, because I don't want to park in the multi-story next to Beachhead because it's a tight fit for my car. One Glambring, thank you for the becoming a member, by the way. Pretty thank you for the time. Also, I did catch Free Radio Armageddon's super chat whilst it was live. Thank you so much, you legend, for the 5. Basically, RPG of extra steps. Yeah, that's not Commander, right? Shadow Wars Armageddon, however, my new favourite alternative to 40k. Tried APR, just couldn't. I don't know what APR is. It's not that big, lol. Just 9-litre XL, really useful box. Okay. I mean, if you can fit it in your car comfortably enough, then there's no harm in bringing it, and I'm sure at some point we can sort it out. I tune out now with CGI. Cancel, that's me. I'm just bored of the CGI already. Just bored of it. It's one of those things where I'll give it a watch. When it comes out, I'll give it a watch. Almost definitely I'll give it a watch, because the first Astartes was so incredibly impressive, but I'm not expecting to love it. I'm sure it will. Oh, one page rules, thank you. I'm not expecting to love it. I'm sure it'll be good. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be impressive. And let's face it, that trailer is impressive. I'm not taking anything away from the work that they're doing. It's impressive. I'm just kind of a bit bored of Space Marines in general. I'd rather just play a video game. Yeah, exactly. Right? If you see to be animated, you might as well just play a video game. 100%. Exactly my theory and my thoughts, actually, to be fair. You're right over there. Mm-hmm. Yeah? You're still tracking everyone's data?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When can we take $3,500 from them then?
Never.
Oh.
Never.
No?
No.
Oh.
If they gift it, that's something else, but we're not taking it.
Exclamation mark PayPal. APR is great for pacing, but armies feel hollow compared to 40k. Right. I said it yesterday. This, for me, should be the new standard that we hold Games Workshop to. The biggest problem Games Workshop have made in this book is this should be the new standard that we hold them to. It's fun, it's fluffy, it's powerful, it's narrative, it has weak points. There's a couple of little bits in it that feel a little bit feels bad, and a couple of little bits in it that feel a little bit overpowered, but it's fun. Multiple detachments are usable. Multiple detachments tell stories that are relative. It's not necessarily that's the Ultramarines one, but you can, for example, look at the Wind Rider host and say that's the Simhan one. This is what they should hold. We should hold them to account to for now. Like, this is the standard for me now, from now on, right? This is what the Codex should be like. If Emperor's Children comes out, and it won't be as thick as this because it won't have as many units, but if it has the same level of depth, narrative, fun, I think fine. Like, that's the stuff. That's the stuff we should be expecting. You know? And it's got so much depth in that book. We need to. My initial, I'm going to probably set this up as the Liam and Joe show tomorrow instead now, so let's not talk about it too much right now, but my initial stream for tonight was going to be Games Workshop need to hire a proofreader or something akin to that, something slightly more clickbaity, because there's already errata for the book that's not even out in general public's hands yet. It's not an in-depth errata, to be fair. There's little issues that I've also found, like I said to you last night with that one stratagem that says pick an El Aziani infantry unit excluding aircraft. That's a clear typo, right? It's a copy and paste typo that hasn't been picked up. Needs a decent proofread. Do you have enough bikes to run Wind Rider and stream? We've got 2 units of 3 Shining Spears. No Vipers built. No Vipers painted. No Wind Riders currently painted. So the answer is no. But I am currently working on getting some Wraith stuff done, because I want to get my own painted Wraith stuff ready to go. So in my box of tricks, right, we have some Wraiths, we have Eldrad, we have some Fire Dragons, some Spiders, some Swooping Hawks. We have the Wraith Lord. So he's next. This was what I was going to be doing for the rest of today originally. We've started to strengthen the colours on this cheeky chap, right? His head's in front of him on the desk before you will make the "he's got no head" comments. Once he's done, right, next job. Next job is this cheeky chap, right? Yes, I know his head's not on before the comments. You're not hard work. And then once I've got him done, if I've got a Wraith Knight, a Wraith Lord, and I've got 10 of my Wraith Blades, 10 of Joe's Wraith Blades, 2 Spirit Seers, I've then got a good core for a Spirit Host. What the fuck is going on today? What do you mean, John? Just watch the first 10 minutes, mate. I don't want to go through it again. I also have another Wraith Lord here that I could add up into these colours as well, but I'm tempted to paint this one Simhan colours instead. Right.
Maybe demons will get a book as good.
Let's hope so. What I've also done is I've also today base coated...
Thanks, Roland Bain.
For the hat trick. I've also base coated some Banshees today. Look.
Going to be at Captain Con this weekend for the AOS GT repping the GH. Come find me at the bottom of the standings having a blast. Liam, why no head?
I'll be honest with you, Lordson, I won't come and find you. It's quite far for me to travel. But thanks for repping, man. What a legend. We are the most represented... The Great Hall Shield will get this, right? Mm-hmm. As far as I can tell... Hang on.
So sorry to hear one of the most generous and loving human beings I ever got to watch got scammed. Happened to me once. I was furious, but it did get sorted at least, so holding out hope for you, Liam.
Thank you, Johan. I'm holding out hope as well. Warlock tattoo. Let's see it. Maybe soon. Thank you for that anyway. That's such kind words at the start of that. You're amazing. What was I going to say? Yeah, Banshees. I've got some Banshees basically as well because Executioners, the weapons, Executioners in the new book, a bit spicy. So I want to take the 2 Executioners to Beachhead.
Ding.
Are you due a ding?
It might be. Deep Fried AA Ron, who's definitely gifted some memberships and I think did a different level of a super chat before.
No, I've only got 2 blue ones. And a 10.
2 blue ones. Oh, because they're blue, they're the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look correct.
Me?
Yeah, you look like you're correct. 2 blue doesn't count, mate. Sorry. So the ones in the studio have got mirror swords, Drew. These ones have got Executioners. So I want to run Executioners at Beachhead, although Beachhead had 2 damage for Executioners rather than 3 damage in the new codex. But I want to run Executioners at Beachhead because they're just a little bit better. And Joe built mirror swords on his because he said they looked cooler with double swords. And so they'll be slightly different colours because I paint mine slightly differently to how Joe paints his. But we base them the same, so we can use them in the army then, and I can make different Exarchs and use them with his. It's not a PayPal day,
No,
John. Don't start.
Naughty. No.
People have already been doing that, and they're amazing humans. But I know what you're like. Oh, good, he hasn't. So yeah, so I've got, like, for example, my Fire Dragon Exarch that I've built's got the axe instead of the big pike, so I can run the axe dude, which is interesting.
Oh, well, ding.
Thank you.
The dog is going mental, chat. Mental.
Question for you, old boy. I favor fun-focused tournament, oft referred to as narrative. One barrier peeps say is terrain quality. Why can't attendees be asked to bring a certain number of pieces each?
They could. They absolutely could. But I think for most people, Martin, they don't have their own terrain or own their own terrain, especially stuff that's good, detailed, painted, etc. So I think that for a lot of people, if they got asked to bring their own terrain, they just wouldn't be able to do it. Secondly, I would personally be concerned about how some people might treat my terrain. Because I've seen too many venues where terrain just isn't looked after very well. And I think it needs to be looked after well. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I think it's more than, like, it is a problem, but, you know, one of the issues we're going to try and solve with Hobby House is one of the biggest problems we've found is that terrain is often just kind of subpar. It's just not really good enough. And so in those instances, no, my PayPal wasn't hacked, mate. My actual business account was hacked. And they took $3,500, and then my bank stopped them before they took about fucking 14,000. So that's the long and short of it. Very bad end to what was so far a very bad end to a day for what was so far a very good week.
But it comes in 3s, so we've only got one more thing.
Yeah, Tumble Dry's fucked. I'm not sure Tumble Dry being robbed of $3,500 is quite the same.
It's the same.
It's all about the wraiths. No autarch Skyrunner.
No, that makes me sad, because somewhere here I'd kit bashed Eldar. Hang on. If you get me talking about Eldar, by the way, I will just keep talking about Eldar. Somewhere in this really useful box.
Oh, super tired.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I might go and curl up in that laundrette. So cozy.
I had kit bashed for this edition using bits. I had kit bashed myself an autarch Skyrunner with a sword and his fancy autarch hat and all that kind of stuff. Right, I'd kit bashed an autarch Skyrunner. And now, even with a Wind Rider detachment, I can't use it. So Hey ho. Really want to run an all type 1K list. Shame to hear. Can you recover the money? Well, likelihood is yes. Likelihood is the bank will refund it. The problem is the 99% common sense part of my brain, with what everybody's saying, is the bank will sort it and refund it. But the bank won't give you a guarantee because they have to do the investigation first. Because can you imagine if every time you phoned up and claimed scam, the bank refunded you immediately? How many people, because people are arseholes, how many people would then phone up and claim scam, despite the fact it wasn't a scam, just to get their money back?
I did worry for a minute. I thought, if somehow a second mobile number has been attached to your account and you're now saying, get that number off my account, that's not my account, what stops them from questioning you?
So, logic tells me that we'll get it back and it'll be fine, but until they give me that confirmation, there is that 1% in your brain that says the bank turns around and goes, sorry, tough, you've lost it.
Yeah.
You're not getting it back. What bank we're with? NatWest.
Would you change banks if that happened?
Yes, 100%. They'd lose my customer immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would you go with?
I don't know.
Because that's where I'm at. I'm like, well, all banks are regulated, so in my mind, they all have to follow the same strict regulations, but clearly not.
Yeah, there was a legislation, wasn't there, recently as well, about how it put more responsibility on the banks.
Yeah.
To protect customers. I don't know if that legislation's in, or whether it was coming in or what, but that was definitely legislation.
Yeah.
So it's very possible that if they don't sort me out for a thing that is 100% not my fault, and I can prove that I wasn't in London at 6:30.
Yeah.
Fucking ordering sushi.
Because the Ring doorbell's got you.
Well, there's a number of reasons. First things first is the Ring doorbell's got me. Secondly, there's no way I'm going live here at 7:30 in my house if I was in London at 6:30 ordering sushi, is there?
No.
It's a fucking impossibility. So, when the shortest train home is 90 minutes to get back to Southampton Central,
Yeah.
so we're talking about a 2-hour journey time, I think I can prove I wasn't there.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, John. If I'm honest with you, I don't know what people use.
If only scammers used their powers for good instead of.
Yeah.
Think of where we'd be.
Hadn't heard the story. That's fraud, 100% refund. Yeah. So I got to refresh for people that weren't here earlier. I got a text message through saying that some company tried to take best part of 2,000 out of me. Was it me? I hit no, phoned my bank up straight away. I didn't get the text message until about half an hour after it'd been sent to me because I put my phone in here because I was having dinner with the family.
And no phones at the table.
No phones at the table. And then when I was on the phone to them, I opened up my banking online and had a look, only to find that £3,500 had already been taken, and other transactions had attempted to be taken, and the bank had stopped them all. So they had taken £3,500. Not only had they taken the £3,500, but the bank, when they tried to take that money, had texted me.
What is your favourite non-character unit in the new decks?
Banshees. Easy. Close second, Shining Spears. Without doubt. So not only had they decided to take in £3,500, but at the same time, the bank had texted me about that £3,500, a message I never received, and whoever then received it had replied, "Yes, that was us." So obviously the scammers had redirected the message somehow from the bank into their phones or to their or whatever. Replied yes, so they'd approved it, and then I'd locked the fucking account straight after somehow. So thankfully the bank stopped them from doing, 12 to 13 grand's worth of fraud. I actually think I worked out about 13,500, right? And so And I did have a little bit of an argument with the bank on the phone. Well, you've approved it. I was like, I fucking didn't.
Yeah.
Like, I've got my phone in front of me now. I can screen record and open up all the text messages right now. I never received that message. I never replied yes to a message.
Yeah.
So I can show you that wasn't fucking me. Right? The bank eventually accepted that. And then blocked my card.
Fair points, well made. I'm looking forward to you running a fun tournament where people bring fun lists. Have you considered offering a cocktail bar and in-game neck massage service like London casinos?
A cocktail bar is not off the table. We're offering drinks at least, but a game neck massage is maybe a bit much. So they've let me into my online banking at least now, so I think there's enough just about to pay the rent.
For the studio?
Yeah. But I also have to pay Joe. So yeah, let's have a look.
We'll tie it up.
It doesn't actually. It doesn't. I'm sad it doesn't actually show me the number of like blocked payments.
I would vomit so much. Try and do deep breathing.
Yeah, I nearly cancelled the stream. If I'm honest with you, because I suddenly felt very nauseous very quickly. So, but in the end, I was like, let's do the show. Let's just carry on as normal. Let's not let them fucking ruin our lives. Let's not let the bastards win, essentially.
Cancelling a stream because you're a wee bit stressed isn't letting anyone win, babe. It's you needing a minute.
Yeah, I wish they did. Do you know what I do? I wish there was the only thing I wish is there was a section on here where I could see all of the attempted payments that have been declined or cancelled. I wish they'd put that on the
so you can maybe
because
track movements.
The bank can see it.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see it. I'm like, who the fuck has done all these? Because there was like 5 different attempts from 3 companies. The one company, which is this restaurant in London, attempted 3 huge payments, whereby the smallest one was 1,500. 1,000. They attempted 4: 1,500, 1,950, 3,500, 4,200. So they tried like over 10 grand on their own.
They're random, but they're very specific amounts.
They were like rounded off to the, and this is the thing as well. Like at a restaurant, every single one being rounded off to a pound is a bit fucking weird. Which is probably why the bank went. Now we don't know a lot about Liam because we are just his bank, but he doesn't strike me as the person who the first time in 16 months is going to drop £12,000, £13,000 in a sushi restaurant in London.
You might be really passionate about sushi.
So, at least you've not done a post crying. Mate, I was fucking close earlier, I'm not going to lie to you. This, like I said at the start, though, we work hard. Luce and I, and, you know, the family in general works hard for this.
I'd open another account with a different bank and transfer as much as you can to it, just to isolate it from any other issues. Restart your phone too. But I'm a paranoid person.
Restart. What does restarting your phone do?
I don't know. I'm going to give NatWest a chance because I've been with them since I was 16, and they've always been fantastic for me. It's absolutely London, yeah. It was a sushi restaurant in London, so but they've been fantastic for me. I'll give them a chance so far, but we'll see.
I would like to go because I am quite tired.
So it's fact time.
Yeah.
You ready for your fact time?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Chat. I didn't realise what the time was, I'll be honest. Just been sat here chatting. You've been wonderful. You've been amazing. Your support has been absolutely genuinely incredible. Will Stewart is a mentalist.
I'm so sorry. Hold on.
Will Stewart is a mentalist. John McArdle is a mentalist. And Neil Johnson is a mentalist. But the rest of you are also incredibly generous. Thank you so much.
Business banking don't offer the same protections as for a retail customer, so we'll check if they can dodge. But I'm sure clear fraud will be covered. It's not like its employee of ours gone rogue.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't even in London, so it's literally impossible. So, anyway, Thank you, Martin, for the 10. Thank you, everyone, for your incredible generosity. You're far too kind. Thank you for your support. We will be back tomorrow. I'll sleep on it. I'll have a cup of coffee in the morning. I'm sure we'll just get on with our day tomorrow, right? However, it is more Eldar stuff tomorrow. There's another live game of Warhammer 40k tomorrow night at 7:30 with the new Eldar Codex, and I'm taking on Joe, and he's bringing Tyranids. And I think Brom's on the deck, and then we return on Friday with After Dark. I'm going to continue to drink that dark cherry or black cherry rum because it's very, very nice. However, before we go, as always, we're going to treat you to a
Sorry, last one.
We're going to treat you to a cheeky little loose fact.
The cry of a newborn baby is called a vagitus.
A what?
A vagitus.
How's that spelt?
It's quite phonic. V-A-G.
Right, so it actually starts with vag. Good.
I-T-U-S. Vagitus.
Tus. Okay.
Vagitus. What are you contemplating?
I often medical names
what,
come
like the
from like a Latin which translates from something specific. I'm trying to
order your thoughts, Liam.
I don't understand how vag is part of the cough.
It's not a cough, it's a cry.
Cry then, all right. I mean, it's largely irrelevant.
It came out of a vagina.
Right, so.
Vagitus.
But the vagina's not crying.
No, the baby is. The vagina is crying, I assure you. After that trauma.
Tell me what you think, chat. That's.
A vagitus?
That's a fact.
I'm going to cross that one off my list now. I've educated you all.
Perfect. Okay, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for your kind words. I mean, this is community, right? 220 plus people have just sat with me for the evening, which I've actually sincerely appreciated. Genuinely, sincerely appreciated. I don't like to be soppy or nice or kind to you, not necessarily, but you know, it's appreciated. So I was strongly considering not streaming for a couple of reasons. I didn't really feel like it, and I was like, I'm going to feel bad if I just sit here being miserable and ranting. I feel like I feel better because of you lot. So I appreciate you all. And I'm sure I can speak for both Luce and I when I say we appreciate you all.
Thank you, Nathan. Vagitus, from Latin, vagaya, to whale. Or vagina. Vagina.
A whale's vagina?
Anchorman was right the whole time.
Yeah. San Diego.
Did Luce manage to use coprophilia in real life the other day? Vagitus sounds like a rank in a Roman legion or a sanitary product.
I think vagitus is an actual infection.
What, did you use coprophilia?
No, I couldn't remember what it was.
Okay.
I got mixed up with the word chloroform. And
Right.
I thought, that's not it. And if I say that to the tumble dryer man,
Don't use that in a sentence.
that might raise a red flag.
Yeah. Okay.
This housewife wants to use chloroform on me.
Childish, funny story to end on. Went for number 2 before my shift ended tonight when the cleaners showed up. Was already done, but I could hear the air freshener go of as they reared back in horror.
Johanna, you secretly Joe in disguise? Reared back in horror like an angry horse. Amazing. Right, thank you so much. People, thank you. Like I said, I'm not sure. I might even unlist the stream because I don't know if this is the sort of thing we just leave up forever because I was a bit miserable for the first half an hour. You have cheered me up. You have. It's been nice to talk to people. I feel a little bit more settled. You're the best in the world. In fact, you're so good that Luce always says...
Best chat.
Best chat. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for the Liam and Joe show, or at the very latest for our live game of 40k at 7:30 tomorrow night for more Craftworld Eldar stuff. Hopefully we see you then. If not, we'll see you in the next one.